So what do you think's the biggest difference? For how long have you been in the business, Daron?
First paid assignment was in 1990, so that's 20 years.
20 years. What do you think is the biggest difference now than when you started?
I think there are two big differences. Number one, when I started, I worked as an assistant for a few years and got paid while I was learning. I was working basically as an apprentice and actually getting paid and supporting myself during that time. I think that's something that's not as available now. And I also worked in darkrooms, and there are a lot less jobs in darkrooms than there were back then. But on the flip side, I think that now there's a lot less of a learning curve. You can get instant feedback from people in the industry online. You know, there are forums, so you can put your stuff out there and hear critiques. Some sites are nice and everybody compliments work. Other sites are very scathing. But between them, you can learn a lot. That when I was younger, it was more of a vacuum. You did your own work, and you only got to show to people that you personally knew.
So what would you tell a young photographer, emerging out right now and trying to make it, trying to get started? What's one tip?
I think they need to focus on their work and think about where they want to go and aim toward that goal. If you want to shoot general commercial work, you got to learn how to light a soup can. If you basically just
learn your craft.
Learn your craft, but if you want to be a general commercial photographer, don't spend all your time shooting half-naked girls. It doesn't work.
Aww.
You can do it some of the time.
Obviously, this video won't make YouTube.
You asked my opinion. I'm sorry. Shoot half-naked girls and naked girls. It's more fun.
There you go. How about Ken? You've been in the business for
30 years.
30? Yeah.
So I think the biggest difference is digital. I mean, for one thing, digital has changed the playing field. The level of entry is easier at any level, whether you're an advanced amateur or professional. You're just starting out, you're doing friends and family photos. It's just, it's there, it's everywhere. It's ubiquitous and easy to find, and access is easy. As far as the business side of it, I think that another big change is, in my opinion, sort of a result of the acceptance of microstock by the design community and publishers. Whereas 20 years ago, even maybe 10 years ago or 15 years ago, a lot of companies would hire people to do very simple shots, and it would be original photography for every job that came along. That just doesn't happen anymore. The small design shops, the guys that are good designers that work out of their house or maybe have a partner in a small office, not a lot of those guys hire photographers anymore. The ones that I talk to just say the clients don't have the budgets. They use microstock, or because of the entry level of photography, they do it themselves.
Yeah, I always wondered what would happen. I mean, if they don't have the budget and microstock didn't exist, I guess they'd have to find the budget.
They would have to find the budget.
They'd have to find the budget.
And it's like any other business.
Yeah.
If you can't afford to be in that business, you're not in that business anymore. If you can't afford to make cars, you get a loan from the government, but that's beside the matter. But
small companies wouldn't advertise back then. Small companies didn't have the budget; they didn't advertise.
That's true. I mean, there's always two sides. I mean, the digital boom has been a big thing for small companies. They can get really good photography really cheap. I just saw online another microstock agency out there. The most expensive image is $6.
That's a lot of money for a photo.
Well, that's what I was shocked. $6. Seriously, if you sold $25,000 a month, just think the money you could make. Because you only get 3 of that 6. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. $3 is a lot of money for a day's work.
Yeah, and I'm probably along with Ken. I mean, I'd go out and do some 8x10 work for $3 a shot. But you, I mean,
what's a sheet of 8x10 go for now?
About $5.
Without processing. Only lose $2 a day per car.
Yeah, but you make it up in volume.